Okay, I'm playing Fallout 4 Survival. I'm going to be doing a kind of a stealth build with guns and rifles. Not a whole lot of VATS. I do have some mods. I'll kind of explain those as I go along. I'm skipping the intro part just because it's not really a lot of gameplay. It's just BS that you can find online. I did edit something in the game files where it makes it a little quicker on loading, which is why some of the stuff is like super fast, but it helps with loading screens. Okay, we're going to increase some of these other ones as we go along, obviously. But for now, this will do. And if there seems to be some little hiccups, like where you can tell I edited the video, that's usually because I had to go deal with something. And I'm just using a free video editor and a free video recorder, so it's not anything super fancy. Now I do have, this is one mod for example, where it takes away the pictures on the loading screen. Just helps it load a little bit quicker. Because I really hate sitting through minute and a half, 2 minute plus loading screens just constantly. Sometimes it's really bad. You go through one loading area, do something for 5 seconds, have to go back out, and you know, maybe both times it takes 2+ minutes each time, you know, for a total of 4 to 5 minutes of just sitting. So that's one mod. I also have another mod that negates, it basically allows me to use the console commands, reason being I'm playing on a PC, and even with some mods installed on survival, survival's supposed to turn off mods, but the one I have, one of the ones I have allows me to use the console commands, and that's simply to get around the game being buggy because it's Bethesda is known as Bugthesda for a reason. A lot of bugs in the game where even with unofficial patches it can still be quite buggy, and that is really a pet peeve of mine. It's going through a quest and then never able to complete it because oh, just a bug, you know. So I have that. I also have another mod that allows me to use mods in survival, of course. These are things that don't really add anything. That the changes the mods I have, the mods I use don't really do anything super special. They don't, you know, give me a bunch of weapons and armor that are super powerful or anything like that. A lot of them, a lot of times when you use mods, they just fix problems with the game, whether they, you know, make something that, you know, fix a lot of problems. Sometimes add some stuff, but nothing really out there, so this is going to be pretty close to a non-modded game. For example, when I go to settlements, I like to use the scrap all command because I hate going through each settlement and manually scrapping every little thing for an hour plus just to clear the settlement, that really bugs me. You know, the first time it was okay, but by the time I got to my third or fourth settlement, I was just burned out and I felt like I hadn't really done anything in the game yet. So that's one thing. I also have a mod that increases the settlement size, so I don't have to do those little tricks where you throw stuff on the ground and scrap him and so on. It just, when you activate the workbench, you can increase the size by up to like 30 times the original. So that way I can build more things. And unfortunately, with the way I tweaked this, so it increases the loading screens, how quickly they load. It therefore makes it quite hard to try to pick locks because it's really, really fast. But that's not a big deal because all these can get scrapped anyways, and I still get what's in them.
There we go.
Okay. So the general gist right now is, I'm not going to explain this as if, you know, as if you've never played the game before. Because if you haven't, then you're better off just playing it, at least doing one playthrough by yourself to, you know, fiddle around and learn things. So that'll take away a lot of unnecessary chatter. For right now, I'm basically going to clear out Sanctuary. I'm going to scrap everything, and I'm going to spam a bunch of shelves to get XP, because, you know, why not? Building stuff gives me XP, I might as well. And it's nice because if you rack up your levels early on, it helps you get some more of the perks so you can enjoy things a bit better. Instead of having like no perks at the start and fiddling around, and I think it's a better way. Also, with the way the loot works, let's say I do this at Sanctuary, and maybe Red Rocket as well, with the shelf issue. By the time I leave those, once I get out to around here, you know, stuff's gonna be at a higher level, which is nice as well. You know, more XP for killing harder enemies. And this is what I'm talking about with one of my mods. I can select. I don't understand. Some of the stuff is like in a foreign language when you do it, but that's pretty straightforward. 30 times. There we go. And I'm going to try not to do a lot of VATS in this game. It's useful on survival early on when you get overwhelmed, caught off guard quickly. You just need something that almost kind of pauses the game a little bit. Also, it's really annoying. Let me finish killing this last guy here. Okay. It's really annoying when, like right now I have low endurance, so these little bloat flies can kill you pretty quick on survival. And, that's why I'm mainly using VATS right now, is just so I don't have to deal with the hassle of getting killed, have to start all over at the vault. It's just tedious. And as you can see, I'm not too concerned about picking locks on every little thing. Yeah, the XP's nice, but I'm playing a game where things respawn, so it's not like a big deal if I don't get every little snippet of XP here and there, because who cares? Enemies respawn. I can just, you know, eventually later on take a vertibird somewhere and go to a big area that I know has a lot of guys. If I cleared out a while back, things respawn. Okay. I'll just kill them all over again, sell the loot, so on. Now I'm not going to do a whole bunch of settlement crafting. I did the first time I played this game. It's just, I do enjoy it, but it gets tedious after a while, having to build every little wall, every little, you know, block. And so I'm going to cut out a lot of that. I will do it eventually, but not until much later on, when I have more of the perks that allow me to build other things. Yeah, if you look like that one bloatfly thing where they launch a little parasite or whatever it is that sticks to you, that took me down a decent chunk of health, maybe a quarter of health, I'm not sure. So that's why I use the bats, because it's easy to, you know,
Perfect.
taken out by those things. Just a minor frustration. So intelligence at 10. I'm going to take the beer here, knock it down by 1, take a special book to get another point. Okay. And as you can see, some of you already know, I'm going for the idiot savant and high intelligence type of setup.
What? Codsworth. They... Sean's been kidnapped. 200 years? Codsworth, you're acting...
Also, I'm not big on
Stay with me, pal.
dialogue. I'm not gonna...
Thank you,
A
Codsworth.
lot of the dialogue I'm gonna skip through quickly.
Codsworth.
You know, if you want to
I'll
read it,
read
you
them.
can
Uh-huh.
go online and
Thanks
find it
for trying.
somewhere else, or
Thanks
play
for
the
your
game
help,
yourself. Because it gets boring when you played this a bunch of times. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna scrap all. Pick all that junk up. Throw a bunch of it on the ground. Let's see here. Military fatigues, I like those early on. Actually, I'm going to wear the Vault-Tec lab tote, just for a little boost of intelligence. I'm going to keep the dress just briefly for charisma boost when needed. Also, if you notice, I've been grabbing some of the hub flour, so I'll be using that with whiskey and mentats to make the grape mentats. So that way, with charisma clothes put on and the grape mentats, or a combination of day tripper and excel, I'll be able to get through any speech check, which is useful. I'm just unbinding some of these things. Oops. And rebinding them the way I like. For some reason, whatever UI mod I have, it just shows question marks on certain things, which is a little buggy, but it's okay. we're going to save the beer bottles because we're going to be using those to fill up with purified water. We're going to save the bloat fly gland because that's needed for a quest. Save the gold bars because we can sell those. Do not scrap those. A mistake I've made in the past where the individual gold, they're worth 10 gold. But if you add up the 10 gold pieces you get from them, they don't come anywhere close to being worth 450 gold. So it's not worth it. And you get plenty of gold anyways from all different gold flip lighters, gold watch. Okay, all set. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a bed, and I'm going to rest at least a minimum of 7 hours in one sitting, because that way I get the well rested perk. Okay, it gives me extra 10% XP, which is important. And I'm going to store that bed, drink some purified water. And this next part I'll show, but you can just like skip through it. It's going to be me spamming shelves like crazy, and it's going to take a while. So I'm just going to take the headphones off, not really say anything. I'm going to spam. I'll show you the shelves. You want to go to furniture, shelves, all the way over to these shelves. The ones that cost 2 steel, and then there's ones that cost 2 wood. And these are great because they can just stack on the same spot without like piling up or anything like that. Some people do wooden posts, which require you having to move around. These you don't. And then you can just use the console command to scrap them all. If you don't have the console commands enabled for survival with the mod, that's fine. You could just manually scrap these, but it's just a little more tedious. So I'm going to go through, do these a couple times, scrap them, do them again, scrap them until I get low on steel and wood. And that's essentially the gist of things. And when I hit level 11, I'm going to stop and get the next rank of idiots. So here we go. Okay, I'm back. Um, a couple things of note is I was going to keep doing this some more and do it at Red Rocket and so on, but once you get to around level 15, you're pretty much good to go. You don't really need to keep doing it because like the return you get of spending minutes of spamming that, you maybe get a level or two, and it's just annoying. You really want to do it just for the little extra boost early on to help you boost up some of your skills and stats and so on. That's the general gist here. Okay. Also of note, if you have a low intelligence build and you have Idiot Savant, then you're going to hear this popping up constantly. So you're not going to want to listen while you're spamming your shells, but it's going to keep going for quite some time after it, because it'll be triggering constantly if you have like a level 1 intelligence. And it's going to be very, very aggravating. So make sure you kind of just take a break for a bit, or just take the headphones off. So what I'm going to do is what I'd like to do is I'm going to go with Lone Wanderer. Maybe later on I'll go with companions, but that'll be way later on down the road. Right now I don't really care too much about that. So I want Rifleman and I want Gunslinger, and what I'm going to do is use the rifles when I'm outside or in bigger areas for long range sneak attacks, and I'm going to use pistols for like short range, medium range sneak attacks when I'm inside, because they're much easier to use. Also, with the way sneak attacks work, you can fire off a couple rounds of a pistol real fast with the silencer and get a couple sneak attacks in a row on the same enemy. You know, same thing with automatic weapons and so on. But anyways, that's going to be the general gist of this. So I'm also going to want things like Sneak. I'm going to want Mr. Sandman. I'm going to want Ninja. Eventually I'm going to max out Agility. And on all of these, I'm not going to get the bobbleheads, excuse me, until I have it maxed out. So like Intelligence, I'm already at 10, technically 11 since I grabbed the special book and used a little beard trick. But I'm going to grab the bobblehead for that, which is good. So that's the general gist of things, is I want that. I want those in Agility. I'm going to want Gun Nut, just because I don't want to have to be constantly hunting around for the mods I like and hoping they drop. It's easier to just fiddle with my own stuff, so I'm going to take Gun Nut. Lone Wanderer from Charisma. I'm going to take this Cap Collector to help buying and selling, because when I take that, plus chems that boosts Charisma, plus my gear that boosts Charisma, it'll be great, as long as I have really high Charisma. I'm going to get Endurance, and I want Endurance at least up to 5, because I really like Aqua Boy perk, especially on Survival where you can't just fast travel everywhere. It's really great just being able to dip into water real quick if need be to cut across something and not have to worry about the radiation damage. So I want that at least 5, so I at least have something. I don't want to be just stuck at level 1. And Strength, I want Strength to be at least 3, so I can get armor and customize my armor. And again, I could take the mods off of other armor, but I don't want to. I don't want to finagle with that and spend forever just hoping I get the right drop. Eventually I will increase strength. Eventually I'll max all these out in the long run. But so that's the general gist of it. So right now I'm going to go... let's see, I do need a point in perception for rifles. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to get this up to level 5. endurance, and I'm gonna grab that. Okay. And I'm gonna grab Lone Wanderer. Okay, that gives me 5 more points. So what I want to do right now is grab, let's see, we'll do 1 point ninja, Sandman, and let's see, yeah, I do want gun nut. I'm actually going to go sneak, and eventually get gunslinger and rifleman. There's a method to this madness, because I can still be pretty careful with how I play early on. Okay, so that's it basically. What I'm going to do now is okay, I don't think I need ballistic fiber. I'm just grabbing some of these things to help a little bit when I get to Red Rocket, because I want to customize my pistol, 10mm pistol. I don't exactly remember what I need, so I'm grabbing these bits and pieces. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't need concrete when customizing it. So I'm going to grab bits and pieces of these and then throw them back into the workstation once I'm done. Scrap everything. Yeah, I'll take all springs. I won't bother with the steel or wood because there's plenty there I can scrap. Oh, one more thing. The bed I stored, I'm going to throw that back down. And just do another 7-hour sleep so I make sure I got well rested. Also with well rested you get +2 endurance and +2 agility, which is very useful given I'm playing on survival. And I'm going to go through and bind some things to the keys here. Antibiotics, I want at 3. Cram, I'll put at 2. Purified water, put at 1. Input, put at 4. I'm just going to listen to this real quick, but I'm not going to do this quest anytime soon. And
This is an emergency broadcast. Our caravan's under attack by hostile robots and needs some serious help. We're just east of Watts Consumer Electronics. If anyone in the vicinity can come help, now's the time. Ada, loop this message.
Yes, sir.
This is an emergency broadcast.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself? You want to come with me, pal? Okay, then.
we're going to get rid of dog meat pretty soon, even though you can use them. Even though you can use them with Lone Wanderer. He's still just annoying as can be because he keeps getting in the way, picking up crap I don't want him to pick up, and so on. Okay, so we're gonna scrap a couple things here before I use the scrap all. Really just okay. I have a habit of turning these off so they don't distract me. Let's rename this. This is so I don't accidentally scrap it or throw it away or anything like that. By putting the dashes, that means it stays at the top. Yep. I can hear the mole rats. No surprise there. Whoa. Those little glitches can be really annoying. Anyways, as I was saying, those little hiccups where like it gets a bit stuttery for a second or two, that can be annoying on survival, because that can mean the difference between life or death. Walking along, somebody hits you, deals a ton of damage, you can die in 1 or 2 hits, even at level, 60 plus with a high endurance build, you still get knocked around. So it's like a real aggravation of not having the quick save. Okay, so we did that. We don't need the powerful one, we just want advanced receiver. Upgrade this to long light ported barrel, standard grip. We want, let's see, we need more adhesive. Let's run around and grab that first. I don't really see anything that has adhesive that I can think of. So I'm gonna throw this stuff here real quick. I'm gonna go in this little cave here because I think there's some duct tape and stuff like that down here. Let's see here. Another stutter. Yep, that's where I'll be using Vaz as an example, because that thing can kill you real quick. You may look weak, but the little poison damage it deals early on can really knock you out of the game. Okay. Anyways, that's about everyone. We'll grab some bits and pieces. this is why I talked with the tweak I made to loading screens. Makes this really fast. But
Got it.
it's not a big deal. Oh, that's not bad. It's not a big deal because of how many bobby pins you get with these. So, but it can make picking things up a little tricky because of how sensitive it is. So if you see me try to pick something up and it gets a little fiddly. No, there's duct tape there. Yeah, see now it got knocked around because it didn't grab it right. Because normally I would have been able to pick that up because I tweaked it. Made it where it doesn't pick it up properly. Super sensitive. Okay. I'm gonna grab these bottles because we're gonna fill them up with some water. Not as much adhesive as I thought I had.
Hey.
Sometimes he picks up stuff,
Hey.
so I want to make sure I
How you
got
doing,
all
bud?
before I dismiss him.
Why don't you wait at home, boy?
Okay. Say goodbye to him. He goes off. Okay, let's see what else I can do. Yeah, see already the adhesive is holding me up. Let's see. I'll go with glow sights. I actually don't want the reflex sight because it blocks out too much. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm trying to think. That guy's normally down here. Interesting. Dog meat ran down there for some reason. As you can see, it's a bit like stuttery, which is, it's aggravating. As usual, it's not using the full capacity of my computer. We're not going to deal with the raiders just yet. Toolboxes almost always have some form of adhesive in them. I wasn't gonna bother with these raiders just yet, but I think I will, just so I can loot various bits and pieces from this town. So I'm gonna take a quick nap. So I can save. Not really concerned about well rested at this point. Okay, I thought I saw a guy over here somewhere. Okay, so where's gonna be a bit tricky. Yeah, see, you got me. Alright. Let's not make that mistake again. Actually, let's fiddle this bad boy. I actually prefer doing my sneak attacks in broad daylight, just because it helps me see. Boom. That did nothing. Okay, yeah. We wanted to make sure he was dead. Yep, seems like everybody's gone. Let's go back to our trusty pistol. Okay. Now I can fiddle around a bit more. This is aggravating me greatly. Why it's so so choppy. I'm not even playing anything in the background, really. I have a bad habit of throwing those by accident, so I unequip it.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
Okay. get a bolt action pistol, that's really good because you can make it 50 caliber if it's not already that way. And use gun nut to juice it up a bit. God, this is aggravating. Choppity chop chop chop. Okay. And I'm not even going to bother with Preston, to be honest. We're going to go in here for some drugs. I think I should be good on adhesive, hopefully. Where is it? Here we go. 2 day trippers. 2 Excel. I'm not even going to bother doing the trick where I get the power armor by jumping off of the roof. Using jet, I don't even care about that. I could go into the little workshop here, which I think I'll do just for the hell of it. This is good for starting sniper rifle if you're very low level, because there's always going to be this here.
Nice.
I think this is entrance to the workshop. Looks like it. Or workhouse. Gained a level. Actually gonna start throwing poison at Gunslinger. Not bad. 37. Not bad at all. Okay, let's not screw around and get the suppressor first. Okay, this thing's all... Yeah, it's all set up the way I like. Alrighty. Okay. Do the usual. I don't need that. Don't care about that anymore. Okay. Alright, we're all good on there then. Still way down. Wait till it's daytime. Okay, we're good to go. Whoa. That was really weird. Got a bit blurry. Bolt action rifle. I'll stick with what I got for now. Da-ding. Perfect. I was like sneak attacks like that. You know, just pick people off. It's so satisfying. Before I deal with any of these people, let's fill up our bottles. Now, a lot of people think if you're playing survival, you have to have 6 charisma starting out. You have to get leader and build up all these settlements. You really don't. You can do just fine not building up a damn settlement at all. With the exception of maybe throwing up a bed, which doesn't cost a lot in materials. It's more just understanding the game mechanics and how you can get around, you know, feeling like you need to have a fully built functional settlement that has all the different workstations and all that. You don't need all that crap. You just gotta be a bit more aware of what's what, what's nearby that you can use that will do the same thing. Like I'd make Hangman's Alley my base for some time because it's near Diamond City. And let's see, I don't want to speak to him just yet. Let's speak this.
Hi.
Here for work? We could use some help picking them.
Did you say caps?
Yeah,
Do you guys pay for things with bottle caps?
yeah.
What are you paying?
3 caps per mallet.
Oh, make it 5. Deal?
Okay, something's going down. Someone's shooting with lasers. Legendary suit. Whew. What a bad time for this to happen. Gotta be careful, don't damage the farms. I just want to get this speech check done, really. Oh shoot, they're still picking up. Oh no. Oh Jesus. That's a damaged one though. Yes, get out of here. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Because I think you gotta wait like 3 days before it resets the hostile NPCs. Come on. Come on. What a joy. What if I can just load? Let's just go with this. Okie dokie. Yeah, see how it detected me? But I'll still able to get around it. Okay, where's this little bugger? No, I'm not even going to bother. Unless she's already over here. Yeah. Yeah, fill this up. I forgot I had skipped this part. If I can look around, well, yeah. Guess they're okay. They didn't shoot me in the head while I'm pumping water. Might be doing a bit better this time around.
New here? Well, if you've got anything...
Sounds good.
This is another mod I have where it adds like certain merchants actually come across as merchants because they have like stuff broken down in shipments instead of just a few little paltry shipments when there's cloth and metal and everything else laying all over the place. Okay, this let me put on my fancy dress. Might as well. Look at that. Huh.
Looking to make a deal?
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Because now you'll pay me more than I'm wearing a dress. Okay. Let's start with this crap. Alright, not bad. Okay. Where's the girl? Here? Hard to tell sometimes. Must have missed her. I don't even care about getting a little bit of XP from the thing.
Hi.
Not gonna
That's
sell
close
her
enough,
melons
stranger.
anyways.
It's okay. I'm friendly.
If you
Ah.
let me tell you,
Farming's hard work.
won't argue.
Yeah.
Good to see.
I'm sure I'll give it a try someday.
Well, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Why do
Sounds like bad news to me.
you really last now?
Ah.
That's why.
Right. There's nothing worse than losing a child.
I don't have much.
Sure.
If you
Don't worry. I'll get that locked.
good.
There she is. Oh well. I'm gonna get the locket, but I'm not gonna return it right away. I mainly just want the book that allows me extra sneaky. Take off somebody. Get rid of that thing. Okay. Trying to avoid the radiation damage.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm grabbing adhesive for now. Future modifications. Take a bit of rads. Take a bit of rads. Now some guys like that will just automatically pop up regardless of how good you are with stealth and so on.
Why drink dirty radioactive water when you can have it pure and bottled? Cheng Kowalski, Clean Water Market. Straight from the filter. Here's Ray Smith with right behind you, baby.
That's it.
Sounds really sensitive from here to 2 more.
Nice.
Gotta hit that when I do that. Come on, get up there.
what's your story? Looking to trade?
If you pick sarcastic, you
Just
get a
looking for
permanent discount.
Let's see what you got.
I got a little bit of everything.
Uh-huh.
And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy all 10mm ammo she has. And sell some more stuff.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison shilling chem pushers anything. Do you know what that junk has done to my
Whoa,
boy?
whoa. Easy there, Scout. This doesn't involve you.
Okay, did that, bump my charisma up to 12 so I can get better deals. This is why I hotkey purified water to 1. Because you're constantly drinking it in survival.
What's going on here?
That's just want to make.
If I help, I expect to get paid.
I'm going to go this route so I
Sounds
get
low.
both of them as
You're a
merchants.
business.
Okay. 100.
Mm-hmm. Stop lowballing me.
I'll make it 200 caps, but that.
Right. I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work.
Appreciate.
I'm the muscle, babe. Just don't piss me off, all right?
Hey,
I saw you in that poison cellar talking.
look, you owe them money. If you
All right? You hear that, Wolfgang? You'll get your damn money, but I better not catch you selling chems to my boy again.
Fine by me, Trudy. Your son's broke as shit anyhow.
All right. Crisis is over. If you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
Hey there.
We get paid, and I don't even gotta shoot nobody. Good job.
Uh-huh. I'll take a look. Sure.
You got me.
We're open for business again. A little lighter in the...
Sure. Let's take a
All...
Hmm. Hey there.
Thanks for helping us out with Trudy.
Right. I'll take a look. Sure.
I got stuff.
almost thought there's one more, but oh well.
Sweet.
Alright, I'm gonna take a nap here. Then I'll save.